Hello out there to everyone in space. Gabby here with a new episode, but in a different series than my other series set in the Star Citizenverse, with those episodes airing every Thursday at noon Eastern on YouTube, and these Starfield episodes airing every Saturday at noon Eastern. We are glad to welcome citizens from the Starfield Universe who, like everyone else across every gaming universe, has problems that they would like advice from the galactically known Gabby. And so we are more than happy to help out our distant gaming family. Please enjoy the show. We're on to our second Starfield show, Trumbull, and so far the reception has been a welcome one. I see we're still getting tons of space communiques, and I'm eager to look through them all. How have you been, Trumbull? Hopefully editing and engineering 2 shows has not been much of a strain for you.
Oh no, not at all. It's been interesting learning all there is to know about the Starfield universe and gathering the necessary footage for the reenactments required for each story.
Yeah, many of our listeners out there don't know this about you, but you are the one who captures the footage we need to try and piece the stories together so they match as best we can. I know sometimes you have to get creative to make a scene work with the story.
Absolutely. I do my best work with what I can capture, and it's probably the most difficult and yet most rewarding experience about this job. I don't want to let anyone down and not do justice to any of the problems that we are tackling.
Well, Trumbull, I think so far your time here has helped elevate the show, and taking on a new universe is no easy feat, and I think tonight's footage looks amazing, and I cannot wait to get to it. But first, a word from our sponsor. If you're in the Starfield universe and looking for great parts for your ship, or even just a great ship, you should look no further than Tayo Astro Engineering, located on Neon. With the most modern looks and sophisticated technology to die for, you too can fly in style and feel good knowing that their quality is unmatched. Take a tour of their state-of-the-art showroom floor, where they have full displays of their cockpit and bridge controls. And while you're deciding, you can also take a break and grab some refreshments or chill in their spacious lounge. If you think the experience of buying a Tayo ship is comfortable, just wait until you fly one of these amazing models. Contact one of their salespeople today and tell them the galactically known Gabby sent you. Our first writer tonight is yet another parent-child relationship, this time coming from the point of view of the parent, and they write, "Dear Gabby in Space, I'm a single dad who has an extraordinarily intelligent daughter who favors science and could do anything she set her mind to, but she insists on studying terramorphs. Now, I know you're not from our neck of the galaxy, but terramorphs are a dangerous creature who pretty much slaughters most that they come into contact with. My question to you, Miss Gabby, is how do I direct my child toward another scientific field so I'm not left worrying about my child every minute of every day that she is studying these things when she's able to go into that field of study? It's never too early to begin worrying. Signed, Terrified Dad." Dear Terrified Dad, thank you for your letter, and you have stumbled on a good old-fashioned, age-old parent-child relationship quandary. How do you steer your child away from a dangerous ambition toward one that might still satisfy their curiosity and yet not get them maimed in the process? If you forbid it, they will just do it behind your back. If you're accepting of it, they might never change their mind of it. In this case, since it's a dangerous topic and not just some toxic relationship, which is normally how I see this topic go, I would say that you need to keep your reasoning clear on how and why you think it's dangerous. Also, you might want to enlist the help of any professionals in the field of terramorphs who can possibly dissuade her from the notion. Also, maybe suggesting some not so equally dangerous areas of study, but perhaps something just as intriguing or less dangerous to study, such as the creatures I heard about near Aquila City. I think regardless of what your daughter does, she just has it in her to seek out that excitement, at least until she is forced to confront some realities. Sometimes there is a romance there in the idea of something, but the actual reality can bring a person's ideas crashing down. I know parents try to shield their young from the dangers of the world, and when your child is an adventure seeker, that can bring about all sorts of worries and dreads, but you definitely do not want to forbade her from anything and keep supporting her, but maybe nudge her in a different direction. Let us know how it goes, and we hope she finds something else to be interested in. Our next writer comes to us from New Atlantis, dealing with some workplace harassment, and they write, "Dear Gabby in Space, I work in a business office. I heard your recent show where someone figured out that they were the subject of one of your letters, so I will be as vague as I can here. Basically, I work in a cubicle environment that is very quiet. Well, it's quiet until a couple of my fellow coworkers get together to gossip. They try to get me to join in, but I just sit in my cubicle, not wishing to talk about our fellow coworkers, including upper management. While I'm not happy with my wages, I do not wish to endanger the job I have, but they just keep at it, and now I have overheard my name mentioned, and so I'm at a standstill as to what to do about it. It's a situation I do not like being in. Do I stay to myself and keep believing in this motivational poster I stare at all day, saying nothing is out of our reach when we work together as a team, or do I become a snitch? Thanks for the ear. Love the show. Signed, To Snitch or Not to Snitch." Dear To Snitch or Not to Snitch, love the Shakespeare reference. So in workplace issues, there are normally rules and regulations set in place within your company's policies. However, that is not always the easiest or best way to handle a situation. There are some things you need to ask yourself before making any decision that I cannot answer for you, such as, how does your company handle workplace issues? Is there a confidentiality to the process, or will you be made to testify on your own behalf with those potential rule breakers in the room with you? Will you require witnesses? And if so, can anyone corroborate your story and are willing to? Can you solve the issue in some other way, such as changing departments? How open are your managers, or are they part of the problem as well? Also, consider the worst possible outcomes, and if you're ready and okay to face those, which I would assume that finding another job would be the worst possible outcome. So if that is truly it, are you willing to go that route if it comes to it? If so, then do what you need to do. Just be ready for anything, such as possible retaliation. In our own systems here in the Star Citizen universe, our workplace rules vary, so it can be a tricky problem to answer, so I always try to keep the advice as flexible as possible. Do let us know what you decide and the outcome, and thank you for writing in. It is now time for a Dear Gabby update. Now, while we do not have an update to share just yet, since this is only our second show, I will share that the United Colonies have reached out and have stated that they are encouraging their own employees to listen to our show and to write in with any issues they feel that they have. It's nice to see a faction standing behind some good mental health practices, and we look forward to hearing from all of you and hope the Freestar Collective citizens also feel that they can come to us with their problems, since we are a neutral party here. That is all for this week's show. Tune in next week, and until then, I hope you all stay safe out there in the verse, especially after this show. Me and Trumbull wish you all well. Thank you for watching. Say goodnight, Trumbull.
Good night, Trumbull.